I want to introduce our teams. Hello to join us for our webinar. Today, we want to introduce our performance and goal solutions from SAP SuccessFactors. I'm in ACBaltica HCM team leader, and on this webinar, with me, Nadia Melnik and Anna Herzog.
Hi, everyone.
I suppose we can start. On the slide, you can see our agenda for today's webinar. First of all, I want to introduce you with SAP SuccessFactors modules. And after that, Nadia demonstrate you performance and goal solutions from SAP SuccessFactors. Now, a few words about our team. ACBaltica is a Platinum SAP partner. As you might know, SAP Platinum is the highest level of partnership with SAP. And this is the acknowledgement of our expertise. We have over 20 years experience with SAP products and provide all kinds of services for SAP customers. SuccessFactors is one of the leading solutions for human capital management. It consists of few modules, and you can implement each of them separately. Let me briefly cover each of these modules. Employee Central is the heart of SuccessFactors. It's a core module of SuccessFactors. It's designed to simplify HR processes and improve operational efficiency. Employee Central allows you to define your organizational structure and maintain all HR master data from the moment when the employee joins the company through all the organizational changes and up to date when the employee leaves the company or your organizations. You can customize all the associated business process in the system and set flexible permissions to allow employees and managers to change the system's data themselves. Now let's move to the talent models, and we can start from recruiting solution. Recruiting, this model focuses on the end-to-end management of the recruitment process. It gives organizations powerful tools and features to attract, engage, and hire top talent efficiently. With these modules, you can manage job requisition, create database of candidates, and select the best candidates for open positions. It's really cool about these blocks that it supports collaborations and communications between recruiters, hiring managers, and candidates. And these blocks integrated with Microsoft Teams. It has features like interview scheduling, candidate messaging, and centralized communications, all to streamline the recruitment workflow. The next block is onboarding. Onboarding offers a strategic approach to onboarding new hires and internal transfers by accelerating people, processes, and productivity. It helps you to create a well-defined process and reduce manual work, while clarifying roles and their responsibility in your company. Onboarding also has features that connect new hires with their mentors, hiring managers, and other employees. And it's really helpful when you want to support new hires and increase their productivity. The next box, career development planning and mentoring. These modules extends and scales your succession and development efforts to ensure a more strategic approach. With these modules, your company can create development plans and link them to the competencies, define career paths, create company-wide mentoring programs, and automatically match mentors and mentees. And the next box is succession. These blocks connect with career development planning and mentoring, and with these blocks, you can identify crucial roles in the company and high potential employees. Perform company-wide talent search, visualize talent gaps, and create different talent pools according to your requirements. And I want to add the career development and succession modules can be integrated with the learning solutions, and this helps you to provide the appropriate people with the development and learning activities to close talent gaps in your organization with the existing employees. Learning management. These modules provide a modern and personal approach to learning in the company. It ensures that your employees can receive any training they need to develop their careers in the company. Small but important detail that your team can take this training via different platforms, maybe desktop applications or mobile for Android or Apple. And the solutions is also integrated with virtual learning tools like Adobe, Zoom, or Microsoft Teams. And the next block, compensation and variable pay, consists of two parts, compensations and the variable pay. This is a strategic compensation management solution. The compensation part, first part, deals with fixed salary paid to employees, typically known as annual salary. And compensations is also used for long-term incentives, like stock and options. Unlike personal productivity tools or other solutions that automate and streamline your compensation planning, SAP SuccessFactors compensation focuses on delivering meaningful reward experience that are personalized, relevant, frequent, and timely for all your employees across the globe. And the second part, variable pay, deals with bonus program, typically known as corporate bonus program or short-term incentives. And it helps you to link achievement of goals and financial reward together. And people analytics, this module provides you with data-driven insights across all HR processes. Please note that it allows you to integrate different data sources. It may be core HR, maybe talent models, maybe financial blocks or third-party data, all to create a solid data foundation. And finally, last but not least, it's SAP SuccessFactors performance and goals. Let's look at this one deeper. SAP SuccessFactors performance and goals can help you align your strategy and goals and improve employee performance and recognize top talent in your company. It consists of several submodules. First block is powerful goal management. Here you can create goals or choose recommendations from goal library. Then you can analyze these goals with a strategy that helps you achieve them. After, you can monitor and measure progress toward corporate, departmental, or personal goals. Finally, users can associate their personal goals with the strategic objective of their department or the whole company to fulfill the company's missions. Continuous performance blocks. These features stimulate dialogue and feedback between managers and employees, helping them to align goals and improve performance. I want to add that employees can request or provide feedback using this feature. Accurate performance assessment. It's a submodules that helps you to set better quality reviews, promote fast user adoption, and increase completion rate. It's also enabled you to identify top and bottom performance based on their competencies. 360-degree reviews. Employees don't only interact with the people inside company, but are the face of your brand to the outside world. With the 360-degree reviews feature, you can collect feedback on their performance from the people inside and outside your company. And calibration. Calibration works with the current performance management process to ensure that employees are evaluated objectively. We know that individual managers have their own views on their teams, and when they rank their team or the employee, they are influenced by this opinion, and calibrations helps you to avoid personal impact and increase the objectivity in the organizations. To demonstrate our performance and goal solutions, I pass the word to Nadia. And in our chat, you can see a link for future consultations, and you can request using this link. Nadia?
Hello, my name is Nadia, and today I will guide you through our in-system demonstration of SAP SuccessFactors performance and goals module. In today's demo, we will act as the head of HR department. So, to start with, now we're on the standard homepage of SAP SuccessFactors. This page can be customized to show all of your company's brand coding. Moving on, let's move and we will look into first tool of our module. To reach our first tool, we need to open drop-down window in the upper left corner. Our tool calls goals. Goal management is a crucial part of performance and goals model. It helps to ensure that each employee is working effectively and efficiently. It's also used for long-term planning. However, on the main page of goals, on the left side, we have our head of HR with her profile picture and name, below her manager and direct reports. On the main working area, we see the name of our plan, and there could be different plans for different training needs. A bit lower in the header, there are different counts with number of our goals. So an overall number of our goals and numbers of goals in each status. Our goals are represented by priori style tiles, and each tile has a goal name, due date, progress bar, and status. Let's take a closer look into one of our goals. I will just simply click on one of the tiles. Now we're on the goal page. Here we can find in the header goal name, goal status, and the progress bar. A bit lower, there are all of the linked activities to our goal. On the right side, there is description and some more information such as goal metrics, start date, due date, and goal alignment. On the footer, there is a place to leave your comments. Let's return to our goal plan, and I will demonstrate how to use goal management. Firstly, we need to create our goal. To create goal, I will click on the button Create Goal in the right upper corner. Now I will choose Create New. And now we need to fill in form. So, we are acting as the head of HR department. So let's take it for example. She needs to hire 10 new developers. So I will type in. Developers. Then we can choose our goal visibility, category, add a short description, metric. So let's take, for example, report. Start date, due date, status. So I will leave it as not started as it's a new goal. And our progress. So 0% for now. Then I will just simply save our form. And now the message of successful creation appears. I will close it. Let's check. And now we have a new tile with our goal in this goal time. But Probably this goal is huge and it's quite complicated for one person to achieve it. So we need to divide and delegate this goal. Here comes cascading. Cascading is a huge part of goal management. It helps to align a huge company goal with each employee's possibility. So let's cascade our new goal. I will click the button Cascade Goal in the right upper corner. Now we need to follow 4 steps. Firstly, I will find my goal to hire 10 developers. Then I push the button Next and move on to the next step. Here I will choose goal recipients. So let's take for now, I will check 5 of them. Then moving on. And now it's the most crucial part. We need to edit our goal name so it could be achievable by our employee. To edit our goal, I need to push the button Edit on with this small icon of a pencil. And now we can edit our goal. So we need to hire 10 developers, and I've chosen 5 recipients. So each of them needs to hire 2 developers. So I will type in 2. Let's briefly check. Click the button Next, and now the name changed. Then I push the button Next, and just a simple first step where we have just a summary on all of our changes and recipients. Then I push the button Cascade. So let's check if a new tile appeared in our employees' goal plans. I will just simply click on their name in the left part. And yeah, we have a new tile to hire 2 developers. So this kind of planning is useful for more of individual goals, but as a manager, we also would like to keep track of some of the teamwork assignments. In Goal Management, there is a tool called Manage Team Goals. So to reach it, we need to open a small drop-down menu in the right upper corner. And now we are on the page with all of the team goals. So let's take a closer look into one of those team goals. So here's the page with goal name, status, progress bar. On the main part, there are assignees with their profile pictures, names, position. Also, each of them has their own status for this goal and their own progress bar. A short description and some of additional information also placed here on this page on the right side. So it was mostly about a long-term plan, but we also want to plan for a shorter period. In SAP SuccessFactors Performance and Goals module, there is a tool called Continuous Performance. Continuous Performance Management allows to increase overall employee engagement and their performance by giving the manager and employee dialogue, so the manager has an increased visibility into employees' everyday activity. And this also helps them to understand when their guidance is relevant. So now we're on the main page of continuous performance. On the layout of this app is kind of the same as the previous one, with the roster of our active channels or people on the left side and the working area on the right. So each of the activities are sorted by their statuses. Also, each status has its own piles, and activities themselves are represented as small tiles. So let's take a look into one of employees' everyday activities. I will just simply click on their name. So all of these statuses, by the way, could be customizable, so they will fit in all of your needs. Now moving on to the more of a practical example. So our manager was working with this employee, and they've probably been doing succession charting very long. So now we need to change the status of this activity. To change it, I will just simply use drag and drop functionality. So I will just simply drag and drop this tile into the status completed. And now we have the message whether we would like to mark this activity as achieved. I will click the button yes, and I'll explain to you it in a second. So let's pay a closer look to our pile with status completed. Some of the tiles with activities are marked with this small cup. Those activities are achievements. To see all of the employees' achievements, there is a separate page. I will open it by pushing the button View Achievements on the right upper corner. And now there is a page with all of the achievements here. So the header gives us a simple overview of all of the achievements that were done and achievements that were done in current year and in current month. And there are all of the achievements, and they're also organized in this kind of tiles. Achievements helps managers and employees to understand their contributions and development into their company. So it's nice to just to look back and understand what have you done. So time goes by, and there is a point where the manager needs to hold a meeting with the employee to discuss a certain point. SAP SuccessFactors continuous performance management has a nice instrument for managers and employees' convenience to perform those meetings. I will start the meeting by pushing the button in the right upper corner. And now the form is up. So, firstly, there is a header of meeting with an update of activities from the last meeting. A bit lower, there is a nice form to add, edit, mark as discussed, or delete additional discussion topics. On the right side, there is a place to leave all of your commentary if needed. A bit lower, there are our activities that are sorted by their statuses. So our manager was discussing something with their employee, and they want to look back at the history. So there is a way to look into those previous meetings by choosing pushing button meeting history. So this button is on the right upper corner, and here we can choose any meeting from the list. So I'll open one of them. And now there is a completed like meeting form from the archive. I will return to the current one. There's also one feature of the meetings. So there's this status completed. All of the activity that were in this status before the meeting started, after we save and finish this one form, will be removed to the archive. So the whole pile with the status completed on the activities page will be clear. Let me show you. So we have a few of activities here. I will just simply save this meeting. Confirm. And now I will return to the page with our activities. And yes, now this employee has this file clear. But during our working process, we also want to receive or give some feedback. It's an easy tool to improve your performance and team communication. So there is a tool for that in SAP SuccessFactors, and it's called simply continuous feedback. It could be also reached from this drop-down menu in the left upper corner. So the layout of app is kind of similar to the previous one, with the people, with the list of people on the left side and the main working area taking the main part of the screen. So there are three tabs in this app. The first one is called feedback received, and here's all of the feedback that was received by this manager. The second tab is where all of the feedback that was given by our manager to her peers, employees, or maybe her manager. And the last tab, the third one, here we can check all of the status for our feedback requests. So let's talk about performance. Performance assessments are a crucial part of each company's year. And we would want to make it fast and efficient. There is a tool in goals and performance and goals module called Perfomand. So it helps you to do this assessment. Now we're on the main page where we can see all of the forms that were done by manager. So let me open one of them and we'll take a closer look into it. So those kind of forms could be customized and they could consist in different from different sections that could also suit well with your own company's process. Firstly, there is our header with employee profile picture and name. There are also a few ports. So the first port shows us an overall score of this form. The second one shows us incomplete items in this form. The third one shows the rating of this particular employee in their team. There are also two more pods on the right side. The first one is to attach all of your supporting documentary for this form. And the second one shows the gap between the ratings of employee and manager. Let's move to our form. The first section is called treatment, and it illustrates the whole process of our performance assessment. And this particular one consists of the 7 steps. So, two first steps are marked as completed. Firstly, when the form was created, it was sent to the employee themselves to rate their own items. By the way, if your company uses Microsoft Teams, all of these forms creation notifications could be also sent via Microsoft Teams bot. There's a particular app for this. So, on the second step, HR specialist had a glance into this form. And now we're on the third step, where manager rates the employee. Let's move to the second section. It's called user information. Here we can find employee's first name, last name, their manager, department, and division. The third one is called review information. Here we can see the originator of this form review period and due date. And now we are going to look into the assessment part itself. So in this form, it's divided into two sections. The first one called goals. So on the left side, we have goal description. Then in the middle, there are two rating scales. One for employees, and the second one is for manager. On the right side, there is a small illustration of the gap between these two rates. Those goals were created in a previous tool, goals. Then moving a bit lower, there's the second section of assessment part. It's called role-specific competency. Those competencies are customizable and they are attached to a certain roles that we have in our system. So for each role, each employee has their own. The layout of this section is the same one as the previous one, with competency name on the left side, two rating scales in the middle, and a small gap illustration on the right. So now we're on the last section of this form. It's called summary section. And here is our calculated form rating that calculates automatically. Then there is a small summary with all of the goals description, competencies, names, and their rating. On the footer, there is a place to leave all of your commentary, or maybe to see some comments that were done by previous reviewers. But performance assessments are not only for the managers, but also for employees themselves. And it's really important to understand how does the person behaves in a working environment, how they communicate with their colleagues. So for this, SAP SuccessFactors has 360 multi-rated forms. Those kinds of reviews are usually performed 2 to 3 years and used mostly for employee development. So this particular form was created for our manager herself. The first section, by the way, the layout of all of these forms is kind of similar, but it's a bit different. So the first one is the route map. It illustrates the whole process of 360-degree reviews. So two steps are also here marked. And the firstly, employee has nominated her raters by herself. Then this list was sent was sent to her manager, and her manager can edit this list or maybe delete some of the raters or add some more. And after manager approval, there is the third step. So now each of the raters got the notification that they need to rate this particular employee. Also, there is an integration between this process and Microsoft Teams. So I've already told there is a nice some kind of a chatbot to use it, and those notifications could also be sent to this bot for your employees' convenience. And after we got some of the ratings, we can have our complete 360 evaluation. The second section of this form is employee information, and there we can see employee's last name, first name, title, department, and handle. The last section is called evaluation summary. So in the first column, we can find rater's username, but usually they're kept anonymous. However, in the second part, we can see whether this rater falls into one of the categories. Those categories could be manager, direct report, or peer. The third column shows us the request status. So if this request was completed, declined, or pending. The fourth column is with the ratings themselves. The last one is when if we have some kind of an action, we can do it if it's available to us. After the whole process, manager and employee has an access to the detailed report with all of the ratings, different graphics in a Fiori style types. So let's return to this form. But actually, to keep track of all of these forms with these complicated route maps is pretty hard. So to keep track of our forms, there is a team overview in this tab in the left upper corner. I will switch to this overview. So there is a simple table with the first column of my team. So in this column, we can find our employees. Then in the header, there is the whole route map representing each of the steps. And if some of the steps are completed, it is checked in this table. So it's easy for us to check our forms. So those performance reviews are pretty time consuming, and we also would like to know if those ratings are objective. To discover if those ratings were objective, there is a certain tool called calibration. So calibration is a tool to help us to build employees' ratings and to ensure that they are based only on employees' performance and not on managers or their raters' personal preferences or beliefs. Now I have a page with all of the managers' active sessions, and I will choose one of them. And now we're in the session itself. The first one tab is called Dashboard, and here is a small matrix where we can find out how many subjects of this session we have in each term, or maybe to see it in distribution present. But this one matrix is not informative enough. We want to have some more details. I will switch to the matrix view. And now we have our matrix. This matrix is built on the two parameters. The first one is called overall form rating, and it was calculated from our performance forms. It held 5 values, such as unsatisfactory, needs development, meets expectations, outstanding, and extraordinary. The second one parameter is called risk of loss, and actually it was brought up from another model of SAP SuccessFactors called taxation and development. So, as you may understand, performance and goals module is highly integrated into the whole system. So, the second parameter, risk of loss, has 3 values, such as low, medium, and high. Now I will explain to you how to work with those metrics. So, there is this employee called Carla Weber, and she positions from this unsatisfactory overall form rating, and her risk of loss is medium. But during this whole evaluation process and talking to her colleagues or maybe peers, our manager discovered that some of the Carla's traitors were unfair and biased. So she decided to step in and change her rating manually. To change this rating, we need to switch to the list view. I will switch now. So list view is some kind of a table view with our subjects in the first column with their profile picture and their names. Then there is a column with the number of team members, the column with their manager. We also can learn if their ratings were disguised. The next 2 columns is our values of parameter itself, so we can change them. I will find in the column of subjects our employee Carla and find her overall form rating. So I will click on unsatisfactory value. And now from the drop-down menu, so let's say that the manager is pretty okay with her performance, but she's not the best performer in her team, so definitely she meets expectation. So I will choose it. Now I need to save. I will go back to the matrix view. And yeah, Carla changed herself. So, performance and goals module is highly integrated module and important one for different companies to use. Data that was generated during the whole process can be used on whether to make a decision on whether to promote the employee or to assign them some bonuses or rewards. So that's how SAP SuccessFactors Performance and Goals module works. Back to you, Julia.
Nadia, thank you for brilliant presentations. And now let's we have looked at SAP SuccessFactors Performance and Goals deeper, and I want to summarize the benefits of these solutions. Performance and goals helps align goals with the organizational strategy and ensure that employees work towards the same objectives. With the solutions, managers can plan individual goals for employees in line with the company's strategic objectives, and after that can systematically evaluate the result of employees and the performance of those employees. The performance review process is also streamlined, allowing more effective feedback to be provided in timely manner. And with these blocks, with this performance and goals, you can identify top talent in your company when you compare and rate employees across the same dimensions to see high performance and potential future leaders. And now a few words about continuous performance tools. These blocks help you organize day-to-day management. And with these modules, you can find all these benefits. Now we are ready to answer your questions if you have. Thank you. Thank you for attending our webinar. And we are glad to see you.